Hello guys, this is Wajishbet again here. Today we got a very weird and amazing game at the same time between Spassky and Fischer. Spassky with the white pieces play like something different, and Fischer also surprised us. So let's just go back to the game. Spassky played d4 and Fischer usually play knight f6, and then he goes g6 and bishop g7, and then he castle, like king's Indian defense. This time he played d5. He shocked everybody at that time. Now Spassky played c4, and here Fischer played d takes c4, queen's gambit accepted, which is usually like weird and unusual from Fischer to play this way, but that's what he did. Knight f3, knight f6, e3, e6, the main line, and then bishop c4, c5. It should be an easy game for black if he knows what he's doing. Castle and a6. And here Spassky decided to play very easy endgame. He just took on c5. Then now queen d1, rook d1, and then bishop c5. Here, I'm gonna just show you something very interesting here. You can, after d takes c5, just take this way if you want, and allow this. That's fine if you want. But of course, Fischer didn't like this kind of play. The idea is, yes, the king is in the center of the board, and he lost the right to castle, but still, like, there's nothing in here for white. We're not really scared. Later on, the king will come to e7. And then he just gonna develop his pieces like knight c6 and b5, whatever, etc. But what's happening is, because when you take here on d1 and then rook d1, and now bishop c5, look at the rook here. The rook is on d1, not on f1. So you just like you give white an extra move or something. Anyway, b3 by Spassky, knight b7 by Fischer, bishop b2, b6. I'm not sure why not b5. Like, this should be a good move. But Fischer played b6, knight c3, bishop b7, and rook ac1. And now black dropped his bishop back to e7. Knight d4 by black, rook c8, f3. Now look at Spassky, he just tried to control as many squares as he can. So the pawn here just control this guy, this square, and this square. This pawn here control this square, and protect the knight on d4. Even this, the rook doing some pressure on the bishop, but the pawn is already protecting the bishop, so there's no problem. Pretty much easy game for white. Now Fischer played b5. Now look at that, he's wasting his time. Like, he played this in 2 moves. Bishop e2, now bishop c5 again. I'm not sure what Fischer is doing. I believe castling here is fine. Like, you should just castle here. Simple life. I don't know why he didn't do it, but that's what he did. Bishop c5. King f1 by Spassky. Look at Spassky. He's developing his pieces slowly. King a7. Now we are back to the idea that I talked about at the beginning. You should allow the exchange of queens and lose out to castle, and then put your king back on e7. Fischer did it like in, he wasted too many moves here. Like, the bishop went back and forth, like this way and this way. And then the pawn was here, then he came to b5 in 2 moves. I don't know. There's something weird here. e4 by white, g5. Look at that. Now Fischer is trying to be creative and attack white king by playing g5, and of course he's weakening all this diagonal, and this can be good. No, really, this attack doesn't work. Anyway, knight b1 by Spassky, and look, like, he's unleashing his bishop to control this diagonal. g4. I'm not sure what this pawn is going to. Like, this is just an attack. Of course, white won't do that. This is like just crazy. Nobody gonna do this to you. But so what Spassky did, he basically played bishop a3, and now Spassky is looking to the end game in a different way. He's asking Fischer to exchange bishops. And Fischer here did something very unusual. He played b4, and this move cannot be good. Basically, you're putting like a block in front of your own bishop. That doesn't look good. you're asking this bishop to attack your pawn for free. So this bishop become actually a very strong piece now. You also weakening this square here, so the knight can come here and here if he wants to, or even the bishop can come to c4. What's the compensation for all of this? Nothing. There's no compensation at all. This is not a good move. Simple life. Look what Spassky did. He played rook c5. Spassky looking for a lot of blood here. Knight c5 by Fischer, and now bishop b4, and now we got this diagonal and this bend to the knight and we got all in the rook to defend the knight over here. Rook hd8 by Fischer, attacking the knight on d4. Knight a3 by Spassky. G takes f3, G takes f3, and now knight d7. And here white played knight c4. Look at this, at those two knights. This is like very strong position. The knight is controlling a lot of squares here. Bishop a8, back. Now king f2 by Spassky. Rook g8. Now black has an exchange for a pawn. So we get a rook in exchange for bishop and pawn. But white position is preferable here. h4, rook c7, knight c2 by white, rook b8, bishop a3, and look at Fischer. I can't get rid of that pen. Like, this is just very difficult. h5, rook g1. Now Spassky is coming to g5 to attack the pawn and the knight at the same time. Fischer stepped up and played king f6, and Spassky very calmly just played king e3. He simply developed his king like he's not actually losing an exchange. And Fischer doesn't have even a good idea. I mean, look at this bishop on a8. What he's doing, like hitting the wall here. There's nothing to do. Look at this pawn here is a weakness. We have too many problems. The rook here, just defending the knight. The knight just defending the other knight. There's a lot of issues here in black position. a5. So Fischer tried to get rid of his weaknesses and played for a4. Spassky played rook g5. a4 by Fischer. Spassky played calmly b4. By doing this, he actually creating a pass pawn for himself. Knight b7, and look at the knight. The knight here is actually blocking the bishop. What a terrible picture. Look at those 5 pieces literally in front of each other. This is just really, really bad. b5 by Spassky, looking for activating the bishop again and pushing the pawn even further. Now, as a rule, if you get a chance to push your pass pawn, just do it. Simple life. It's gonna get more and more dangerous during the time. Knight bc5, knight d4, defending his own pass pawn. e5, and here Spassky played knight e5, knight e5, rook f5, check. Now, where Fischer gonna go now? Look at this. Either here or there, and the knight gonna go. So Fischer played king g7, now rook e5 by Spassky. Now Spassky's 2 pawns for the exchange, and still he's attacking the knight on c5 and the pawn on h5, and this pawn is very dangerous. Knight e4 by Fischer. He's sacrificing a piece for an attack. Now, if you take the piece, let's say by fe4, you got this issue, and this bishop is gone because we have a double attack here. So what happened is basically Spassky played simple life, bishop d3, blocking this with the bishop, attacking this guy over here. Now Fischer played rook c3 anyway. He just want to follow his ideas, and Spassky played bishop b4. And look at the rook here. What is this rook doing? I don't know. Just trapped pretty much. There's nothing to do here. And if you move the rook away, the knight will go. So what Fischer did, he played rook d3, king d3, and now knight f6. Now Spassky got a lot of advantage here. He gets his exchange back, and he's still a pawn up. Bishop d6, rook c8, check, king h7, bishop e5. More and more pressure on Fischer. Knight e8, just to keep this square under defense, because there's a rook and a bishop both attacking this square. Spassky played simply rook h5 check, king g6 check, king h7, bishop f4. Now what Spassky does, he wants to go with the knight to f5 in the right time. Fischer played f6, asking the rook to leave. Rook f5, king g6, b6. Again, if you have a chance to push your bass pawn, simply do it. Rook d8, rook a5. Now this pawn is about to fall, and we could even sacrifice the rook for the bishop here. So basically, if you play something silly, let's say like king f7 for example, we can just do this. Simple life. And now b7, and this pawn is unstoppable because the bishop is helping. Anyway, what Fischer did, he played he played bishop f3, sacrificing the bishop for a pawn. But of course the knight cannot take this, so it's fine. Now what's gonna happen is h5 check, and this is the move I think Fischer missed, and this is the move that forced Fischer to resign. What's happened is simple. If you go bishop h5 to collect this pawn, we can simply play this way, and then b7, and it's a queen. Also, if you don't want to do that, you can just play b7 right away. There's too many ways to win this, unfortunately, for Fischer. So he had to resign this. There's no other option available. If you move the king back away, we're just gonna b7. And again, whenever you have a chance, just push your pawn. A very nice game by Spassky, such a strong skills in game. Unfortunately, it's a weak play by Fischer. He played unusual opening, which is not really his stuff, but that's what happened. I hope you guys like the game. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I will get to see you later. Bye bye.